So I told you, we send out the podcast every day, every Monday. And this is from another mentee. All right, this is from another mentee. Does anyone want to volunteer to read this? Anybody? Yes, go ahead.
The system is constantly creating unprepared people. I feel so unprepared and like my educators are failing me. I ask questions, actually try, and I am met with less than the bare minimum. That lowers my spirits and leaves me unprepared for my next steps. I know so many others are like this because we face the same issues that are pushing diplomas on us without the knowledge to go along with them.
This is a senior in high school. This is a senior in high school. And guess what? They're in the National Honor Society. This is a senior in high school that felt that way. Like, I'm not even being challenged, because here's the deal. I don't want to create nothing in your brain that's not happening. I said perspective, awareness, motivation at the very beginning for those that were not here. I don't want to create nothing. So now you're like, oh, yeah, you know what? You're right. I'm not saying that. But I need to make you aware of what's going on. This is reality. This is reality. This is a National Honor Society student that feels like they're not prepared at school. Like the educators are failing them. This is the craziest part right here. They're also the valedictorian. So you telling me you got the valedictorian that spent 4 years in high school and they not being challenged? The system made it easy. So when I'm saying like, hey, I need you to go check this out, they're not getting homework every day, 2, 3, 4 hours a day. They're getting graded on something. If they don't do the work, they get a 50. It's the valedictorian that said that. And they leaving there feeling unprepared, not sure if they can go compete against those kids that I told you from different parts of the country that know how to compete. Like, this is why I do what we do in our MooreMotivation camp. Like, there's no way I'm gonna leave her unprepared. No way. My first job is to make sure she understands what exactly is going on. And so we create these things we create competition. We make life competitive. At first, they're like, man, I don't even want to do that. She was actually one that gravitated towards immediately. Because you know how the system works. Like when you in those systems, or for those that just came in, that make you look like you doing good, you make you look like you're successful, but you really not being challenged. You're successful in an average environment, and because they want to keep the numbers high, they add you to it when you know in your heart that you don't belong there. And as soon as you go to a situation that's competitive, you say, oh, you know what? I'm too busy for that. Like, you make up some excuse that sound real cute. Oh, you know what? I ain't really got time for that. Instead of saying, people that get after it, they make time for it. Competitors look for competition. That's what competitors do. They say, what time? I'll figure out my schedule. Who's over there? You got number 1 over there? Let me challenge myself with number 1. Hey, that should be what everybody's doing. We in the National Honor Society. Like, are you really built like that or not? Or you just can't wait for awards night at school and you walk across the stage and they hand you the thing? Like, is that your biggest joy? Being able to walk across stage and shake their hand and take your certificate and say, look, guys, I did. Is that your biggest joy? Or do you get after it? I want somebody that compete. I want to know at the end of the day, if I call you at 3 o'clock in the morning, see, I'm shooting these messages out to them at 3 a.m. I challenge them. A couple people in this room, they know because they get the same messages. So I challenge them. Like, because don't tell me you want more and you're not willing to do one more. Don't tell me what you want to reach an elite status, but you're not willing to do extra. Don't give me that because I'm not the one that's going to accept it. Some other people that you hang around, they might be like, yeah, okay, I accept that, cool. And it makes you feel good. I'm not. So what happens is you come around me, you're like, man, I ain't going to talk to him no more because he don't accept my lies. He ain't accepting my laziness. You know, I told him I was distracted. You get distracted one time in life by one particular thing. Once you decide to continue doing it, is not a distraction. Don't sit here and tell me your phone is a distraction. You want to do it. Don't sit here and tell me your peers are a distraction. You choose to be with your peers more than the times I'm saying, come on, man, let's go compete. So let's eliminate. See, we're about eliminating all of those extra excuses that got built in, distractions. I'm tired. No, you're not. You're not tired. You'll find time to do what you want. So are you a competitor? Like, that's the key. So here's the deal. I just want you to think about this.